Hey guys, Allie Dameron here. In this video, I want to discuss something that was absolutely life-changing in my journey of stress management and nervous system regulation. And that is this idea of cognitive distortions and how you can actually take your own power back with your thoughts by recognizing them and learning how to work through them. So in this video, I'm going to share kind of my own journey and teach you also how to manage your thoughts and help reduce stress. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet, hit that button to be notified anytime I post new content related to women's health, hormones, or holistic health. First, let's talk about what a cognitive distortion is. I've been really honest on this channel. In my life, I've struggled with a lot of anxiety, a lot of catastrophization, worst case scenario thinking. I'm an Enneagram 6, which just by nature, that is what we do. And it was definitely impacting my quality of life by thinking that way all the time and just always assuming that the worst case scenario was going to happen. It created a lot of health anxiety for me. And so I had to find ways to kind of work through that. So basically, cognitive distortions are exaggerated negative thoughts that can lead to stress and anxiety. These distortions can take on many different forms, including things like black and white thinking, catastrophizing, overgeneralization, mind reading, future telling, all of these different things. And I want to kind of go through them because I think that a lot of you probably will find yourself doing this as well. Cognitive distortions are based on negative thought patterns that are based on inaccurate or irrational beliefs. Hence my whole idea of catastrophizing every single situation. If I had a single sensation in my body, I would definitely go to the worst case scenario of like what it could be while skipping every single thing in the middle of simple things that it could be. And so I have taken on many of these forms in my own life, as I'm sure several of you have too, but I want to just kind of go through some common ones. So all or nothing thinking. I think this is a huge one in terms of the health and wellness space, exercise, weight loss. This situation involves kind of like this fixed black or white thinking. So either we're on track or off track, or if we go off track and eat one cookie, we're eating them all because we're just off track and we're just going to ruin it all. Or I was actually just chatting with a patient about this, and everyone has their own idea of what wellness is and holistic health, but her idea was not taking any pharmaceuticals. And if there were no pharmaceuticals, that was an idea of wellness and health. And if there were pharmaceuticals or we had to increase doses of them or be reliant on them, that was a really scary thing because that meant she was unhealthy. And so there was this idea of like health versus unhealthy, and there was no gray area in there. And so that would be a form of black and white thinking as well. The second one is our good old friend catastrophizing. So this is obviously involving worst case scenario in any given situation and just really like attaching ourselves to that. And what I felt when I was doing it consistently was I'm going to give you an example here, an analogy. If you are watching a scary movie in your living room and you're safe, you're in your living room, nothing bad is happening to you, but you're watching a horror film, your body reacts as if you're living through that horror film, right? Like you feel your heart racing, you can feel like your breath is you're kind of like out of breath, you're breathing really shallowly, all of those physiological responses of this fight or flight response. But you're not going through it, you're just healthy, happy, safe in your living room. The same thing happens when we sort of attach ourselves to these catastrophic thoughts. Your brain doesn't actually know that those things are not happening to you, and so it responds as if it was happening to you with a lot of fight or flight chemicals, which we've talked about this a lot on this channel, leads us down the path of hormonal imbalances, noticing like lower energy, sleep issues, mood issues, anxiety, period problems, blood sugar issues, high blood pressure. The list goes on, because when our bodies